All right, Sunday quarterback time, Sean. Well, we've been here before, a couple days removed, as the Huskers fall to Iowa once again. This time, instead of going down to the last second, this one was really decided early in the second half. 40-16 was the final. Just a kind of a thud of an ending of a decent regular season with some high points.
Yeah, and it was a game that had such promise to start with Emmett Johnson's big run, the opening, the early touchdown drive. But again, now 10 out of 11, Andy, and I was just thinking about this, a game that has really altered Nebraska's program. Oklahoma in early parts of history was that game, but for Iowa now to win 10 out of 11, they've won now 7 straight in Lincoln. Kirk Ferentz has more consecutive wins in Lincoln than any coach in history, including Oklahoma's Bud Wilkinson.
Oh, my God, that's a name from the past, no question. We want to talk about Emmett Johnson because it's not all negative, because Emmett Johnson really put a bow on one of the all-time running back seasons for Nebraska.
Yeah, over 1,400 yards in this game. I believe he's
in
at
the season.
250 carries on the season as well. So he did it all, and this was the year he needed to have. I don't know if anybody could have predicted it, though. So hats off to Emmett Johnson. He is going to be an all-Big Ten, and I think he'll win the Big Ten running back of the year just based on what he's done consistently, not just in non-conference. I mean, his stats this year, when you break down what Emmett has meant to this team, these were conference game stats for the most part. He had some stats against Akron and Houston Christian, but what he did week after week in the Big Ten games, there was over 1,000 yards, I believe, in conference play alone.
Yeah, pretty amazing. 29 carries on Friday for 217 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, it was frustrating to watch this team in this game because you kind of knew what Iowa hung their hat on, and Iowa just did it and executed properly.
Yeah, their coverage was tough. Everything was covered up. They weren't blitzing a ton, and they had extra guys back. They were kind of patrolling T.J. Lateef, making sure he didn't take off and run. But they knew kind of the routes that Nebraska was running, and they had guys in position. And there were guys open that had to make 50-50 catches, and Nebraska just wasn't coming down with those. The one to Quinn Clark comes to my mind in the end zone. I mean, there were a couple other. Dane Key had one in there, and they just weren't coming down with those balls.
And the same could be said on the other side of the football, since Iowa really did what they wanted offensively.
Yeah, and then Iowa makes a one-handed catch.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just do Iowa things, and it is the most frustrating thing if you're a Nebraska fan, because this fan base cares so deeply. They're so invested into this program at such a high level, and to see a neighbor that you don't feel should be beating you like this. I'm not saying Nebraska should have won all these games, but it shouldn't be 10 out of 11.
No, that's no question about it. 3 in a row as well. Moving forward now, the Huskers have kind of an interesting lull before they ramp up for bowl practice, and we will learn that bowl next Sunday. Where does Nebraska go right now?
Yeah, signing day Wednesday, and it's not going to be the old-fashioned party with cookie cake out. It's going to be a little bit different signing day with the new era we're in. There's going to be 8, 9, 10 guys that signed for Nebraska. Some of
very small class because they're so young, right?
Yeah, and I think they're holding back their money too. I think the need right now is to get better, and find immediate help versus all high school talent. So I think you'll see Nebraska take 8 to 10 portal guys when the portal opens in January. So that will be the focus. But yeah, bowl practices will come up. We'll hear from Rural Wednesday. We'll find out the bowl game Sunday. It sounds like Las Vegas is probably where they end up, Andy. Just some things that are unknown at this point. We won't learn until a week from Sunday.
Yeah, so many uncertainties, but it does. A week from today, yeah, so many uncertainties, but it does. The good news is we know Nebraska's going bowling somewhere, and I can guarantee you it's going to be a little warmer than it is right now.